Over half of the people in this country are affected by some kind of addiction issue. You're either an addict yourself or you have family or friends that are struggling with addiction. Good news, you're not alone. There are multiple paths to recovery and multiple resources available. I'm going to share what I do know. My name's Sue. I'm an alcoholic. I drank for 25 years. I've been sober for 18 years. My life was a nightmare, and now it is a joy. If anything I talk about today works for you, I would appreciate if you would hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification will let you know when I put out new content. There are multiple recovery support systems in place for you. Most of these support groups are offshoots of the AA, Alcoholics Anonymous 12-step program, but a couple of them are unique. There's a program called Celebrate Recovery, which is a Christ-based 12-step program that doesn't identify specific addictions to focus on, but focuses on helping you get healthy and well in a supportive environment with whatever your issue is. There's also another program called Smart Recovery, Kitty Kaboom on Recovery TV, and I think it's episode 13 where she goes into good detail about what this SMART program's all about. Alcoholics Anonymous, there's also an offshoot called Al-Anon, which is a support group for the people dealing with an alcoholic or concerned about an alcoholic. Alateen, which I think is for minor alcoholics, and a support group for people who grew up in an alcoholic household. Hoarders Anonymous, I don't like the term hoarder. I prefer to think of hoarders as overzealous collectors. There's also Children of Hoarders, for children who are living in a household with a hoarding caretaker or parent. And there's also a support group called Adult Children of Hoarders, for people who grew up in a hoarder household and now they're dealing with the aftermath of that. Besides groups, there's counseling, there's inpatient treatment, there's outpatient treatment for a lot of these things. I'm going to put out some assumptions based on my own experience as an addict, because I've not just grappled with alcoholism, but I also dabbled in several of the other categories, because I can't just be a normal alcoholic. I've got to be a cross-addicted uber mess. The good recovery paths that I have been exposed to, three main things. You have to find your people, the people who are like you. You have to hang out with them and listen to the similarities, and then you copy what works. Find your people, listen for the similarities, copy what works. It's very simple, but it's very meaty. There's way more detail I could unpack with that, but it's not going to happen today. Even if you're not the addict, that's another group that I wanted to talk about. Al-Anon is a group of people that can help you get on with your own life and living your fullest life and still be loving and caring and compassionate for the person that's struggling. I also think that there are some common suffering elements regardless of the addiction. Shame, guilt, secrecy, embarrassment, exhaustion from trying to figure out how to make it work and trying to quit and not quit, and people getting in your face to quit, and feeling evil and dirty and disgusting if you did things like I did. And I felt evil and dirty, but I'm not. And you're not. You're not evil. You're not a bad person. You're just a person dealing with an addiction. It is what it is. The good news is you are valuable. You're still here for a reason. There is still hope for you, and you can enjoy a full life. The diminished quality of life that you've just been struggling with or surviving, you're here to thrive and succeed and bring your gifts and your talents and your skills and enjoy people and enjoy your life, and not just trudge through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, living for Friday. This is one of the best things in recovery to me. Every day is like a TGIF for me now. It used to be come on Friday, come on Friday. Oh my gosh, is it only Tuesday? It's only Wednesday. Now I blink and it's like, how can it be Friday? A suggestion, and that is regardless of what your addiction is. This is one of the best pieces of literature that I've stumbled on about addiction, and it's very comprehensive, and it's the Alcoholics Anonymous book. There's good description of addiction, how addicts think and why addicts do what they do, steps that you can take to recover from your addiction and get on with your life without the substance. There's a way to get on with your life. The first 168 pages clearly defines alcoholism and alcoholics and how they think and why they do things they do, and the tools and the steps for recovery, and what you can hope for on the other side, and that's the good news. If you are not alcoholic, plug whatever your poison of choice is in wherever the book says alcohol. That will help you hear the similarity. So if you're a hoarder, wherever it says alcohol, plug in stuff. You have an over or an under eating disorder, any kind of unhealthy relationship with food, then you plug food in wherever alcohol is mentioned in the book. If you have a drug problem, a coke problem, plug coke in wherever alcohol is mentioned. Now the rain's coming down and we're going to have some lightning and thunder, and I'm wearing my arm out petting the dog. She is so freaking out right now. The chapter called Two Wives, I think that chapter is really good for anybody who is dealing with an addict. Oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? This is my dog, and she's very upset because there's a storm brewing. Oh, sweet little girl. She's very upset right now. She heard some thunder. If you are agnostic or atheist or someone who is uncomfortable with the spiritual aspect of the program, there's a good chapter titled We Agnostics. Tells about other people who were like, nope, not doing the God thing, and they got recovery anyway. Over half of the country is suffering from addiction. They're affecting families. Other people are concerned about them. You're not alone. If you're still alive, there's still hope. You're here for a reason. You're not a bad person. You're not an evil person. The worst, nastiest, most shameful things you have done, I'm probably going to be able to put that in perspective with you. My plan is to share some of my own stories in some great detail that will maybe put you at ease, that you too can get on the other side despite all of that icky stuff. There's a way to clean the icky stuff out and get on with your life. That's the great part of getting a good recovery program. One of my detailed stories, I'm on the other side of it, and that's how I can share this story with you. But it's pretty graphic, so if you're grossed out by vomit, maybe don't stick around for this story. Because vomit is one of the main characters in this story. I'm going to work on editing this weekend. I ought to be able to pare this down to about 3 minutes. That's the goal, 3. I really want to help everyone who's addicted, but that's probably not realistic. The best thing I can do to help is share my experience, strength, and hope. What happened to me, what it was like, and what it's like now. And I'm ready to go balls out with that story. That's just not very ladylike. I've got to be able to do it better. I'm ready to go all out with the stories. But if any of what I share, you can relate to it, then you might be an alcoholic, or you might be a drug addict, or you might be one of over half of the United States population struggling with some sort of addiction issue, and there is hope. There are people waiting to help you, dying to help you. Maybe I can help you figure out who the best people are for you to hang out with. And have a happy 4th of July weekend. Or I hope your 4th of July was great, because I'm probably not going to get this out before the 4th. Don't blow yourself up.